So this year was my first year at Rush Week, and going into it, I wasn't super excited about growing my faith. I was excited, for the friends and the beach and just the fun of Florida, but I didn't know that I'd get to grow so close to God.
You're doing missions, and really in the missions, you really see your true self when you don't want to continue, when you want to just give up. But in that, you have to persevere. And especially for me and my own life with the worship and going on, I was convicted almost every night. And God showed me things that I was wrestling with that I didn't even know was going on. Things like comparison. For the first time ever, I really didn't feel like I had to measure up anymore to my peers, which was amazing.
This year, something just clicked, and we were able to just come together and do the work of God together. And it wasn't separate. It wasn't, oh, Sienna people are going to do this, Cypress people are going to do that. It was a collaborative type of thing, and it was just so encouraging and so great to see.
Rush Week was amazing because the worship was phenomenal. Forever Free did such a good job.
Rush Week had worship, and worship there was amazing. Forever Free just plays music in a way that it moves a lot of people. And when those lights dim down to black and white lights and they sing a very inspirational song, you see people's hands go up. You see them surrender to Christ, and they just are at peace. And that's Rush Week.
I got to work with two really awesome girls, and we painted a mural at an elementary school. The mural was designed to be just something that made the students happy as they were kind of struggling with the after effects of a hurricane.
So my Rush Week experience was really fun and impactful, especially when I worked with the little kids for the mission sites, because it was they didn't have a lot, and us just going there, it was making them happy, and that made me feel better.
The people at Rush Week make you feel like family. They're people you can trust, and they take you in, and it's just an amazing experience.
Also, the sense of fear. Fear is such a big thing for almost everyone to get over. Everyone fears at least something, and in that, I just let go of that, and I was able to step out of the boat, if you will.
I went to Rush Week last year and left feeling super excited to come home and share everything I'd learned with my family and my friends. I was ready to read the Bible every night and pray for every meal, when I woke up, when I went to sleep. And I don't exactly know what happened, but none of that really ended up happening for me. After this year, I have read the Bible and prayed so much. I feel so connected to Him. I know I found Him this year, and I strengthened that relationship in a way that I really wanted to. And so, yeah, it was one of the best weeks of my life.
My Rush Week was very good. What I felt about it was very heartwarming to go meet other people and make friendships and bonds with other people.
Rush Week for me is just an all-around incredible experience that I look forward to every year. I get to go to Florida for a week and hang out on the beach with my friends. But more than that, it's about giving back to the community of Panama City. And I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to go out and do joyful service. And for the great worship rallies we have with Forever Free and the amazing in-depth sermons every night. And every time I go, I feel like I grow closer with God.
And also we got to go to schools and help out move stuff around so people can have space to learn and teach.
We got to work at Petronas Elementary, and we got to do a sports camp for the kids, and it was really fun because you got to see them smile and have fun, and it just leaves a warm feeling in your heart, and you just know you're doing something good, and it's in the name of Jesus, and you know you're doing it in His name.
But I think one of the most important things that happened for me this year at Rush Week was an interaction that I had with a student on the service site. This student had heard of Jesus before. I was eating lunch with him, and he didn't really know who he was, and so I got to talk to him a little bit, and so I said at the end of it, would you like to pray? He didn't look like he had really ever prayed before, and so me and a couple other students bowed our heads and we prayed with him, and at the end of the prayer, he stood up and he said, that was awesome. He was just dancing around and so happy, and it was amazing to see the Lord's light in him. Like I could see the Lord shining through him, and it was an amazing thing to see that the joy that the Lord had given him off of just a single prayer. You know, it inspired me to be more excited to pray, and it inspired the people around us, as we discussed it later. And
I really loved how at the first day Mark said that he was going to turn it's usually like a giant mosh pit at the end of worship, but he turned that into a giant altar instead, and everyone got to pray and experience God.
We had our arms wrapped around each other, we prayed with each other, we prayed for each other. It was just a really awesome experience. I'm really grateful that I got to do it.
That was really cool to see, and I'm very grateful to be able to have gone this year, because it was a great year this year, and I'm very grateful.
And overall, Rush Week was an amazing experience, and I'm super excited for next year.